Okay, well everyone, there are 3 chapters that you have to master in the short semester program. The first chapter is offering helps, the second chapter is caption, and the third and the last chapter is news item. So 3 things. You have to know how to, I'll share my screen. So here, offering help. 1. Using expressions for help, offering help properly. Using expressions for accepting help properly. And 3. Using expressions for refusing or declining help properly. So number 4 and number 5, you don't have to do that. You only need to master number 1, number 2, and number 3. So you need to know how to offer helps and how to accept it and how to refuse it. For example, you can do something that your friends cannot do, so you offer help. And if someone else's offer you help, you can accept it. In this case, is accept and also refuse. 3 things: how to offer, how to accept, and how to decline or refuse. See point A. Below are the expressions used for offering help. For offering help. A. You can say, can I help you? Or B. May I help you? Or C. Would you like some help? D. Do you need help? Or E. Let me help you. So if you want to offer help to the others, you can say, can I help you? Or may I help you? Usually students make mistake. Can you help me? No, that's wrong. Can you help me? It means that you need help. But if you want to offer some help, you can say, can I help you? Instead of, can you help me? So, can I help you? May I help you? Would you like some help? Do you need help or let me help you? Easy, right? And if you want to accept, how to accept helps. Accept if someone offers some help. You can say, yes, please. For example, can I help you? Yes, please. Or how kind of you? Or thanks, I am very much obliged. That would be so kind. Or I would appreciate that. Okay. Just use the one that you found it easier. Oh, may I help you? Yes, please. Would you like some help? Thanks, I am very much obliged. So there is no like a strict rule that can I help you should be answered by yes, please, no. There are some variations there that you can use. So it doesn't have to be one type of answer. And then after that, expressions used for refusing help. You can say no, thank you. Thanks, but I can't do it myself. No, it's okay. I'll handle it myself. I'm fine. I'm good, thanks. So, for example, I offer you, can I help you? And you answer it by, I'm fine. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are physically fine. It means that I am fine. I can do it by myself. I don't need your help. You might ask that, okay, how are you? I'm fine. So the answer I'm fine, it may possibly mean differently based on the different context. If I ask you, can I help you? I'm fine. It means you refuse my help, my offerings. But if I say, how are you? I'm fine. It means that you tell me that you are your condition is fine. And after that, I'm good, thanks. It's similar with I'm fine. When I say, may I help you? And I said by I'm good, thanks. It means that you don't need my help. You can do the thing by yourself. Also, thanks, but I can do it myself. It's very obvious. No, it's okay. I'll handle it myself. It's very obvious as well. So basically, the simplest one is no thank you. No thank you. You say no to the refuse and thank you to appreciate that someone else is like offer you some help. Okay, let's see the example of conversation. Cooper and Amelia. Cooper said that you look so worn out. Do you need help? And then Amelia replied, I am good. Ramlo apparently needs a hand there. So in this case, Cooper offer help because Cooper finds out that Amelia looks so worn out. Worn out means tired, very tired. So Cooper sees Amelia so tired, so Cooper offers some help. This case is, do you need help? In this case, do you need help? This expression is used to offer some help. And then Amelia replied, I am good. It means that Amelia doesn't need help. But Amelia said that Ramlo apparently needs a hand there. Ramlo is the name of a person, and then apparently needs a hand there. It means that Amelia believes that Ramlo might possibly need some help. And then Cooper say, Hi Ramlo, do you need a hand? Do you need a hand in this case is not literal hand, but more than a help. Do you need a help? And then Ramlo say, please, sure, please hold the door for a moment. Sure indicates that Cooper offerings is accepted by Ramlo. So what kind of help that Ramlo possibly need is holding the door. So sure, please hold the door for a moment. And then Cooper leave it to me. It means that Cooper can help Ramlo to hold the door. So in this conversation, we can learn that Cooper offers help to Amelia, but Amelia refuses it. After that, Amelia recommend or suggest Cooper to offer his hand to Ramlo, and then after that, Ramlo in this case needs some help, and also Cooper find out himself can do help Ramlo to hold the door for a moment. Okay. See the advertisement here. Holiday home for pets, boarding kennels since 1983. Do you want to enjoy your holiday without thinking of your pet being alone at home? We are your solution. Holiday Home for Pet is the best boarding place for your pet to stay. Your pet will feel at home and you can enjoy your trip. Contact us at www.petpet.com, pet4pet@gmail.com, 233 So in this case is that, sir, there is no expressions used to offer some help. If you read this advertisement carefully, actually, pet.com offers help to those who has pet, but they find out cannot take care of the pet. So pet.com will help the people to take care of the pet. Easy. So three things. I remind you three things. The first is how to offer help, and how to accept it, and how to refuse it. Simple one. So as long as you can memorize the expressions you to offer helps, to accept helps, and also to refuse help, it's done. And let's move on to the next one. Caption. I believe that all of you here have Instagram account, right? And I saw that yesterday there are some students who managed to submit the task about caption, but unfortunately there are things that you have to revise because there are some actual rules for caption to be identified as a formal one. So for example, the first things to learn about caption is this, the definitions. Writing photo caption is an important part of photographer's work. A great use of captions is to put important information from your text into them. So you have to make sure that every caption that you write, it should give additional information, important information related on the picture. So make sure that the caption there is not about like something that is not related. So you have to write down a caption, you have to write down statements, sentences which gives more information about pictures. For example, I have this. Burning. This, for example. Yeah, there's a picture. There are firefighters and burning house. And you find out that the house is still burning, but the firefighters, they don't really attempt to clear the fire. After that, it must be very confusing. It must be very confusing. So you need a caption to make sure that what really happened in the picture. So in this case is, for example, firefighters in Detroit might post in front of burning house for a photo posted on Facebook December. And also the title is "On a Furious with Detroit Firefighters Over Burning House Selfie." Yes, so it gives a literal meaning. So instead of clear up the fire, the firefighters just take a picture about it and waiting for a longer time to get the house burned. So there's the example. If you just see the picture, you will just imagine what actually happened. Why did the firefighters just take a picture instead of take care of the fire? So you need to give additional information about the picture to give clear information to know what actually happened in the event. Let's move on to the module. Okay. This This makes the user connect to your story via the photograph. A photo caption gives readers basic information to understand the photograph and it is related to the news. Therefore, writing a photo caption should fulfill professional standards of clarity, accuracy, and completeness. So the standards is clarity, accuracy, and completeness. It should be clear, it should be accurate, it should be complete. Professional standard photo captions include, professional standard photo captions include the first sentence, you have to mention what really happened. What happened? And then the identification of the people, who they really are. And then after that, the place of the event and the date when the photograph was taken. So, in other words, what, who, where, and when. What happened, who got involved, where it happened, and when it happened. In the next sentence or sentences, it can be one or more sentences. It has to be like relevant information to help readers understand the picture. Kofan, please focus on the screen, please. Okay. And then after that, photo credit. A photograph should include the photo credit in the caption. Style varies by publication. Photo credits according to RF license are written as follows. So, a photo credit is like identification who actually took the picture, and if it is like based on the company, you have to write on that. How to write it down? First, you have to write down the copyright symbol, and then the circle, and then after that C, the letter C inside of the circle. After that, photographer's name, and then source. For example, Jill Connolly, AP. Jill Connolly is the one who took the picture, and AP is the one who released the picture. Not only photographs, sometimes charts can be explained by captions. There are several types of charts there are. So do you know, like, charts? If you want to have a test like IELTS test or SBMPTN test, there are actually some charts that you will face, and then you need to understand the meaning of the chart. Number one, organization charts. Organization charts are diagrams that display a structure of relationship hierarchy in a business, government, or other organization. They are really useful to show work responsibilities, reporting relationship lines or communication, and so on and so forth. This is the example of organization chart. I believe you are very familiar about this. And after that, pie chart. It is circular statistical graphic The pie is divided into slices to describe percentage proportion. It is generally used to show percentage or proportional data. Unusually, the percentage presented by each category is provided next to the corresponding slice of pie. Example this. 3D pie chart design creative Venice business representations. And you say the first quarter 58%, second quarter 23%, the third quarter is 10%, and the fourth quarter is 9%. You have to be able to understand. You have to be able to understand the meaning of every slices here. I believe that it is very familiar to you as well. Next one, line graph. This is one of the most complicated graph you'll find in this chapter. A line graph, also known as line plot or line chart, is a graph that uses lines to connect individual data points that display quantitative values over a specified time interval. Line graphs use data point markers that are connected by straight lines to aid any visualization. Say this, designed NYSE Advanced Decline uses INTX. Then October 27, blah blah blah, and you say May, June, July, August, September, October, and you say the number then. Then 10,100 up until 10,200, and also 50k, 42k. If you just see this graph, you might feel like, okay, I don't really understand it, so you need to write down captions to give a brief explanation to explain the picture. First, you need to understand the graph first. After you understand the graph, you need to write down the what do we call the brief explanation to make sure the audience understand about the graphs. And then the next one is bar graph, easy one. A chart that plots data using rectangular bars or columns that represent the total amount of observations in the data for that category. Bar charts can be displayed with vertical columns, horizontal bars, comparative bar, multiple bars to show a comparison between values, or stacked bars contain multiple types of information. Is this? There are four colors. The blue sky one is gadgets, and then dark blue cloud product, and the orange one music product, and the yellow one is photography product. So it represents, for example, the cloud product here has the highest height, so it means that highest volume area usage, and so on and so forth. It's still confusing when you see this kind of picture, so you need to give explanation about the picture via caption to make sure that the audience do not get it misunderstood. Next one, scatter chart is very complicated as well. Two or three-dimensional chart in which the density or directions of the plotted points indicates the type of relationship, or a lack of thereof, between dependent and independent variables. A scatter plot, aka scatter chart, scatter graph, uses dots to represent value for two different numeric variables. The position of each dot on the horizontal and vertical axis indicates values for individual data point. Scatter plots are used to observe relationship between variables. See this one. Okay. It will be very confusing if you just see the picture. Daily temperature ranges, minimum temperature starting from 0 up until 100. And the color here represent the April, July, and October. So for example, April, the color is like reddish, so you find out that there are some red there. So minimum in April, there are some in 1 month there are some temperature there, minimum temperature and the maximum one. And also you have to give explanation to the table. For example, this a table is very easy, I believe. A set of information arranged in rows and columns containing cells. This makes readers compare and contrast information easier. Example, male 6, female 4, total 10, rank 1. Rank 1, it means that, okay, the one and the kind of sport that has the most number of what do we call, like, for example, it is hobbies, I think. Okay, that is about graphs. So you have to be able to give meaning about that. So first, caption may not give a detailed information, but proof 1 to make sure that understand just not misunderstood about the picture. And after the wild art. Wild art. What actually wild art is? Wild art is a type of pattern that does not go directly with any new story, but can go with any story it can. It must also be able to go with no story at the same time. Readers will get no insight after seeing the picture below. Wild art gives no sufficient information when there is no further explanation apart from the picture itself. So, if just a photograph, it must have like a slight or little meaning. But wild art, the picture gives zero or very little meaning about it. For example, you see this. Bison, like running, hordes of bison running. What is the meaning? What happened there? You will get confused when you see this. So wild art, this is wild art because there is no clear context, and to show what really happened, and when and where. There is no information about it. This is wild art. Wild art is a type of stock image a newspaper can use as a filler to fill up empty space on a page. It must be interesting and stand by itself. Wild art is a photo of something interesting that happens naturally. It cannot be set up or made to happen. That is not the main focus of an event or story. Okay? Yeah. Pay attention to the caption below and draw any information that you could find for them. Caption 1. Is it Bill Gates? Sal is a man riding a bike in the middle of flood. And it was taken by Sean in Getty Images. Aqua cycling. A biker cycled on a flooded Abdullah Shafi'i Street, Seoul, Jakarta on Sunday, April 26. So it is just one sentence. A biker is the who, cycle is what happened, on the flood is what happened. Abdullah Shafi'i Street is Seoul, Jakarta is when, where, and on Sunday, April 26 is when. So this is the very minimum requirements of a good caption. The first one, aqua cycling, is the one to grab attentions. So the first words or phrases in the caption should like eye-catchy to grab audience or watchers what do we call attention. Aqua cycling. What actually aqua cycling means? And after that, who? A biker cycle on the flooded what? Abdullah Shafi'i Street, Seoul, Jakarta, where? And on Sunday, April 26 is when. Sean is the one who took the picture, and Getty Images is the one when the picture first released. Okay. After that, caption 2. Okay. It is like Balinese dance. Impressive! A dancer performs the Legong dance for tourists in Ubud on Monday, April 27th. The performance was gained popularity and praise among the audience. Alami stock photo. So here the who is the dancer, and the what is performs the Legong dance for tourists, and the where is Ubud, and the when is on Monday, April 27th. That is the minimum requirement. And then also the writer gives more information. The performance has gained popularity and praise among the audience. So the audience really liked the dance. Alami is the one who took the picture, and Alami's stock photo is the one is the first released. Caption 3. This one is a pie chart. I made this one. How long will the situation be back to normal again? So there are some percentage there. The blue one indicates 2 weeks, the red one in a month, the orange one in 2 months, the green one is 3 months, and the purple one in more than 3 months. So the Renu Listianto is the one who take the picture, and SMA Ujita Asa Foundation Sukarjo is the one when it's released. Uncertainty means like the one to grab the attentions. And then survey held on March 27, 2020 to students of excellent high school students at the Asa Foundation Sukarjo shows that most of the respondents believe that the situation will recover from COVID-19 within 1 month. The result depicts students' varied predictions with a relatively slight quirk. Okay. This is the example of a caption using used to explain graph. In this case, is pie chart. So you give additional brief information to make sure that the audience do not get misunderstood about the captions. Okay. That is about caption. Then let's move on to the last chapter. News item. News item is one of 13 genre of text that you have to master. In every type of text or genre of text, I believe that in the junior high school, I believe, there are 3 things to take into account. The first is social function. The next one is generic structure. And the third one is language feature. Every single type of text has those 3 components. The social function, so before going to that components, news item is like news. It's definitely news that you can see in the newspaper and in the internet, BBC, The Guardian, CNN, and then the Jakarta Post, Detik.com, and so on and so forth. That is news. The social function of news item is of course to give information, to inform. It emphasizes on the reason behind the creation of the passage, and also news item intends to inform his or her readers a newsworthy event. So what kind of classification that can be categorized as newsworthy and not newsworthy? For example, COVID-19 is a newsworthy event because it covers a large area and also covers everyone, like everyone has sense. But if it's about my daily activity or your daily activity, you post it into a newspaper, it is not a newsworthy event because it will not influence others' lives. It doesn't cover anyone about you. But it is different if it is like, for example, Leonardo DiCaprio daily activity. It will grab many people's attention, so it is newsworthy. But if it is you or I, it won't be a newsworthy event. So the social function is to inform readers newsworthy event. Generic structure, it starts with the headline or newsworthy event itself. So you might realize that not all news have title, but most of them have title, and the title is called as headlines or newsworthy event. And sometimes the first paragraph also is newsworthy event because the paragraph or the title gives clear understanding about the brief event, the brief about the event. So commonly it tells about what actually happens. And after that, background. The first paragraph is called as headlines, and the next one is background. Background provides what, why, when, who, where, who, where, and how. So it gives clear information about what, why, when, where, who, where, and how. It's the background. And sources. Sources in this case is also needs to gather information from actual witnesses or authorities connected to the reported event. The author commonly quotes some statements from his or her sources. The author may use direct or indirect quotation to represent the information. It is the reason why the learners need to master reported speech materials before he can learn perfectly write English item. So, for example, in the last paragraph, according to the head of government, the head of this department, it happens to blah blah. According to the headmaster, so if it gives like quotes to someone else's idea about the event, it is called as sources. So the first is headline, it gives brief explanation about event, and the second is background to give detailed information about the event, and the third one is sources, the idea or the opinion or the statement of the related person. Let's see the example. The title: Indonesia issue lockdown regulation as COVID-19 cases continue to soar new deaths. The Jakarta Post, Jakarta, Friday, March 27, 2020, 7:27 p.m. The government is drafting a regulation to stipulate the procedures and requirements for imposing regional quarantines, also known as lockdowns, and minister size, as confirmed cases of COVID-19 continue to surge in the country. That is the headline because it covers what happened. After that, the background. You see the why, the who, the where, the when, and what. You can see it by yourself because I have already shared the module through my WordPress. And the next is sources. Mahfud said the Home Ministry had been assigned to coordinate with local administration that locked down the regions while the central government prepared the regulations. Mahfud here is the source, the person who gives additional information. It can be his idea, his arguments, his statement, his personal statement as well. So this is the example of news item taken from blah 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 jakartapost.com. That's it. So headlines and then background and that's the source. So you can imagine that the background part must have a larger portion of the text. And then that might be a question. Sir, should it be only one people or one person? No, it can be more than one person. In this case, only one Mahfud. After that, you can add more than one person there instead of just Mahfud. Language feature, of course, because the event already happened in the past, you use simple past tense. And I believe that Mr. Rizal or Miss Anggi has already taught you about simple past tense. And the next one, reported speech. Reported speech here, you will learn about grammar and we will focus it later after you master about news item. Reported speech usually used in quotation. I will say in bahasa so that you can understand it perfectly. Reported speech itu kalau di bahasa Indonesia misalnya seperti ini. Menurut A, kejadian ini adalah kejadian yang membingungkan. Atau A mengatakan bahwa kejadian ini adalah kejadian yang membingungkan. Jadi ada kutipan langsung dan kutipan tidak langsung. Itu adalah reported speech. You can learn it after mastering this. Here's the example. And that's it. Okay, I think that's all about the 2 chapters. Guys, so if you wanna raise questions, just unmute your audio and I wanna see your face and directly ask the questions. It is okay to make mistake to speak in English. Just ask if you don't understand. Go on. Anyone? Wow, you were so quiet.
Sir.
Okay, Rehan, go on. What is the question?
I have 3 questions for every part. For the first question is for the offering and asking. For our task is makes conversation between two people. For the type it must be a video or we can make it with a sound without a video like a podcast. I'm sorry. For the caption, for the picture is must be a photo from photographer or a data or a news like polling from apa? I'm sorry. Like you in a module, like graphics or table, it can make to a caption. And the last question for the news item chapter, we must comment in IG a news from is international or domestic. We must is there any type for our comment like 5V plus 1H or in there? I think, sir.
Okay. Good questions, Rehan. First, should it be a video or just an audio? It should be a video. So your face and also your sound, your voice, face and sound should be a video. And the second question, it should be a photograph or it should be a graphs or charts. It can be a photograph. It can be a chart. It's up to you. But just make sure that you have to, if you take it from Google, you have to make sure to mention the source and also the one who took the picture. How about like the Google doesn't give that information? Find one that gives the information because it is very important. And the news item type of questions. Actually, it's up to you. As long as it is polite, as long as it as long as it is polite. It can be what, where, when, why, who, and how. It can be actually all questions cover that. But if you want to, if you find out more than that, it's okay as long as it gets responded. It's free. Raihan. Good questions.
Thank you, sir. And one more from our for news item.
Yeah.
We must make two comments every each news, and we must reply it three person. The person is a person who in there or like our friend or our family.
Yeah, the fact that I will not know. I will not know that it is replied by your friends or it is replied by your families and so on and so forth. The purpose, the essence of this task is to make sure that you can communicate with other people around the world. So if you ask your friends to okay, you ask your friend, Agus, please help me to reply this so that I can finish my task. Um, I will not do that, but it will break the essence. It will You will not get you will not get the knowledge, you will not get the experience, you will not get the joyfulness. I mean, like I really like when we have communications with other people around the world and they respond me and okay, I can respond back. I like it because okay, and also I want you to feel that as well. So I want you to realize that okay, even with your level of language mastery in this moment, you actually can communicate it with others. Communicate with others. That's it. So basically, I will not know if it is replied by your friends. How can I know? And also your family. But the essence of this task is to make sure that you can communicate with other people around the world. It is not that hard. Just try. For example, try like 20 times to comment or more than that. At least one of them will be responded. That's it. Any other questions? Hello everyone, are you with me?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome.
The tasks we only do the three tasks on group or we do the tasks in our module.
Okay, the obligation or keharusan itu in the WhatsApp. But if you want to learn more, you can do the task in the module. And you can ask questions if you find it hard to understand it in the group. 24 hours a day.
So if we are doing the tasks in this week, so in next weeks we are do the test. Yes, right?
Yes, assessment. Okay, any other questions? Okay, guys, if you don't speak, I will remind you that if you want to get scholarships, there is an interview session, and the interview session is using English. If you do not practice starting from now, while you have me, Mr. Rizal, and Miss Anggi, you will not be ready for that. So just speak up. No questions? Don't be shy. If there is no question, I will appoint one of the students and ask questions. Okay, then I want to see a familiar name here. Mausratul Khairiyah. Halo Masratul Khairiyah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. How are you, Masratul?
Alhamdulillah, fine.
Okay. Anyway, what is your nickname, Masratul? What is
Can
your
you repeat?
nickname? Nickname. What is your nickname? What? I cannot hear you. Isa.
Yes, sir.
Ria. Oh, Ria. Okay. Okay, Ria. Um, what do you say if you want to accept someone else's offering? What do you say? What do you say if you want to accept someone else's offerings of help?
Yes, please.
One more. One more.
How kind of you.
Oh, kind of you. Okay, reading is okay. You don't need to memorize it right now. Reading is fine. Okay, thank you, Ria. And then let's move on to. I want to see boy. Muhammad Rizal. Muhammad Rizal. Halo Muhammad Rizal. Muhammad Rizal. Muhammad Rizal. Hmm? Hello Rizal or Muhammad. What's your nickname? What should I call you? Okay. Muhammad Rizal, are you there? Hmm. Okay. Get no response, so I'm familiar with this one. Ricky, hello Ricky. Rick, are you there? Rick, oh. How are you, Ricky? Okay, it's a trouble of connection. So unfortunate. Okay, okay. Thank you, Ricky. I think you have you have trouble in your connection. So let's move on to the others. Rajin mengaji. Who is Rajin mengaji? I don't know that we have student namely Rajin mengaji. What should I call you, Rajin or Aji? Rajin mengaji. Hello, Rajin mengaji. And there is an anime picture in it. Halo, Rajin mengaji. Rajin mengaji, halo. Are you there? Oh, come on. Rido Bayu then? Halo Rido Bayu.
Hello, sir.
Halo Rido.
Hello.
Can you turn on your camera? Halo Rido.
Hello, sir.
What is your nickname? Rido or Bayu?
Rido.
Rido. Where are you from?
Purworejo.
Purworejo. Nice to hear that. Okay, my question. What in is about caption? What should you write in the first sentence of the caption? The first sentence.
Caption. Nasi.
Don't cry. You can read if you cannot memorize. Anyone can help reader what actually the first sentence about? Can anyone help reader please? What should you write in the first sentence or the minimum standard of a caption?
Answer.
Okay, go.
The first sentence, what happened, the identification of the people, the
Good.
place of the event, and the
Good.
date when the photograph was taken. What, who,
Okay.
where, when.
Great. Maratul or Uli? What should I call you?
Uli,
Uli. Where are you from, Uli?
Sukoharjo, sir.
Oh, Sukoharjo. Where? Where?
And station bus.
Sorry?
Gayam?
Gayam. Yeah,
Yeah.
I am from, you know Bedingin?
What, sir?
Bedingin.
Oh, I
Banwati.
know.
Yeah, I
I
live
know.
in that village. So it is not so far from your home, right?
Yes, sir.
Good job, Uli.
Yes, sir.
Wow, this name is very cool. Roy. Hello, Roy. Roy. Oh, Emandan. What do you want to say, Emandan?
I want to make sure about the caption, sir.
Okay, go on.
Oh, last night I have uploaded the work and my caption it was some proverb.
Proverbs.
Yeah, the proverb is related to the photo, so it is okay or not?
It is not wrong. It is okay, but you have to make sure that there are what have already said. So it has to be mentioned about what, who, when, and where. After that, it is okay to put a caption in it, put a proverb or proverbs in it.
Oh.
You have learned proverbs in the 10th grade, right? Okay. So it is okay, but make sure that you have to fulfill the minimum standard. After that, it is free.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Oh, Emandan or Sandy?
Hello.
Hello.
But you
Emandan
can call
Sandy.
me Manda also.
No. What do people call you?
What?
What do people call you?
Maybe the close friend call me Hello, but people call me Mandan.
Okay. Which one do you prefer me to call you?
Mandan.
Mandan. Okay. Where are you from, Mandan?
I'm from Bantul, Yogyakarta.
Oh, Bantul, Yogyakarta. Okay. Stay safe, Mandan.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Let's move on to Roy. Hello, Roy. Roy? Roy. Hello, Roy. Are you there? Roy? Ahmad Roy. Hello? Are you there, Roy? Okay. Apparently, he's not here. Last, I would like to ask, oh, Okay. Mbak Arsa. Berliana Aisyah.
Hello, sir.
Halo Berliana. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine.
Okay. Anyway, I never asked about your nickname. What should I call you? What should I call you? I mean like your name. I have never asked about your nickname. Berli, Anna?
Berliana, Aisyah, Berli.
Usually people call you Ber, or Li, or An, or Na.
Ciber.
Oh, Ciber. What is Ciber? Okay, Berliana, it's about news item. What is the social function of news item? What is the goal or the purpose of news item?
Social function of news item.
Why do people write news item? What is the purpose of writing a news?
Let's begin.
Why do you read news? Why do you read news?
To inform reader about some
Important information?
to inform to the reader about kejadian.
Event.
About
Kejadian means event.
To inform the reader about some event in last time.
Okay, nice. That's good. So usually yes. So when you want to read, when you want to get information, usually you read news, right? Watching TV about news, and then the purpose of that is to get information. Thank you. Good job, Berliana. And then Dinar Kausar. Kaustar or Kautsar? Kaustar. Huh? Tapi ini Kaustar. Her name is Dinar Kaustar. Kaustar ya. Parega said dan Kaustar means like kamu bintang. Kaustar. Dinar Kaustar.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Dinar. Can I see your face?
Hi, sir.
Hello, can I see your face, please? Can you turn on your camera, please? Four minutes, the last 4 minutes. Okay, then we cannot wait for any longer, so let's move on to Diba. Halo Diba Nursyifa. Diba, halo Diba, or Nur or Shifa. Well, I got no response. Well, then time is almost up, so thank you very much. So if you still have any questions about the chapters that I have taught in this last 1 hour, you can freely ask me in the group. So ask me in the group. Do not ask me personally. It is not because I don't want to get interrupted. No, it's because if you want to ask questions in the group, maybe your friends have the same question, so I can help your friends to answer their questions. So your friends can see the answer of your question. So if you have any questions, just share it to us in the group, and then I'll answer it as soon as I reach my phone. Okay, thank you very much. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me in the group, and we still have like 30 minutes. If it is useful for you to get the task complete, I will give you the last 30 minutes to ask questions from me and also to do the task. Thank you very much for your attention and your participation. Stay safe. Don't forget to always obey the health protocol because the transmission of COVID-19 in this month is very high. Stay safe. Send my regards to your family. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you everyone. Have a nice day.
You, sir.
Sir.
Thank you, Kak. See you.